Hi, I'm David and this is Humble Keyboards. This video continues the discussion of the chords found in the Harmonic Overtone series and how to play them at the keyboard. In the last video we explored the first four partials of the Overtone series, saw that they form a power chord, and learned to use those chords to create and play keyboard parts to songs. Sometimes power chords are all you need, but the harmonic series doesn't end there, and we can find more complex chords within it. The fifth partial, vibrating at 5 times the fundamental frequency, introduces the next new note in the chord. Starting with this low A, the partials are A, E, A, and C sharp. This C sharp turns our A5 power chord into an A major triad. Triad because there are 3 different notes in it, and major because we call the interval from A to C sharp a major third, because 1, 2, 3. There's also a minor third, 1, 2, 3, which is 1 semitone smaller than the major third. More on that when we get to scales. I'd like to add the sixth partial too, as a matter of taste. I don't always like that major third standing out at the top of the chord, especially in rock music. It should make sense to you that the sixth partial is an octave of the third partial, since 3 times 2 is 6, and any doubling of frequency produces an octave. So the whole major triad, as found in the Harmonic Overtone series, looks like this. Notice that 1, 2, and 4 are all A's, separated by octaves. 3 and 6 are E's, an interval of a fifth above these A's. 3 A's, 2 E's, and this C sharp from the fifth partial. You can see that the notes are getting closer together as we find higher and higher overtones. That pattern will continue if we keep going. And you can think of it as a sort of musical rule. Use big intervals low on the keyboard and smaller ones higher up. This is where chords come from. Those notes are the notes of the A major chord, and they're built right into the physics of musical instruments. There's nothing artificial or arbitrary about it. If we don't bother playing the duplicated notes, we get a simple 3-note chord with A, C sharp, and E. Notice that it's just an A5 power chord with that major third added to it. It's easy to be confusing talking about this because I'm using numbers to describe both partials of the Harmonic Overtone series and the intervals that measure the distance between notes. A partial number is what the fundamental frequency is multiplied by to get the frequency of that partial, but the name of an interval comes from how many scale steps away it is. We can use the Harmonic Overtone series to find and play the major chord on any note. In the last video we counted semitones to measure the size of this interval of a fifth, from the A to the E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The interval of a major third, from the A to this C sharp, is 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones. Let's look at 2 examples. Starting at this low C sharp. The second partial is this octave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the fifth, at this G sharp. Then another octave of the C sharp, and then the major third, at 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones above the C sharp. And finally another octave of the fifth. C sharp, C sharp, G sharp, C sharp, E sharp, and G sharp. Starting at F, the partials are F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the fifth here at C, another octave of the F, then the major third at 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones above the F, and finally the octave of the fifth. F, F, C, F, A, C. Take the time to learn and remember how to play these major chords based on each of the 12 different notes in an octave, and remember that the black keys have 2 names. If you need to play an F sharp major chord, you'll strike the same keys as a G flat major, even though the note names are all different. Here's an exercise. Pick a random note, find a key with that name low on the keyboard, and then find the notes of the major chord based on the Overtone series. Say the names of the notes as you find them. Then turn the metronome on and practice playing and releasing that 2-handed chord. G, G, D, G, B, D. There are also minor chords, but they come from scales, not the Harmonic Overtone series. It will make more sense when we've looked at scales and where they come from, But for now, it's useful to know how to play both major and minor chords. The only difference is that instead of adding a note to the power chord at the interval of a major third, which is 4 semitones in size, we add a minor third, which is 1 semitone smaller. That's why it's minor. You can find any minor triad by figuring out the major triad of the same name and lowering the third by 1 semitone. For example, if this is a B5 chord and this is a B, we assume major if the chord name doesn't say so, then this is a B minor. When you see a chord name with a lowercase m after the note name, it's a minor chord. This is an A-flat 5 power chord, this is an A-flat major chord, and this is an A-flat minor chord. In the video about power chords, I encouraged you to look up the chords for a song you like and learn to play along with it. Now that you know how to play major and minor chords, you should try that exercise again with a different song and play triads. If you see a chord with a 7 or other numbers after the note name, just play a major or minor chord for now. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video and subscribe to see more.